Lastly, Vice President Omar Suleiman. Vice President is a position that did not exist until more recently in Egypt, and there are now more and more information is coming out about Omar Suleiman, and I want to play for you a clip from a discussion on CNN with George W. Bush's previous, I forget who Fran Townsend is Bush's former something, and I apologize that I don't have it in front of me. Former Bush official, Fran Townsend, and they are talking about who exactly is the vice president there, and there were a number of interesting claims made, and I want to play one specific one for you and discuss it.
One destination for rendition. Omar Suleiman has been responsible for torturing terrorism suspects for the U.S. administration. Everybody in Egypt knows this, and they associate Omar Suleiman and Hosni Mubarak with torture and with filling up Egyptian jails and human rights violations. Egyptians want the entire Mubarak regime gone in the way that Tunisians want the entire Ben Ali regime gone, and they're doing it, and we are learning from the Tunisians, and I'm optimistic that they'll do it in Egypt.
During the Bush administration, were there renditions to Egypt and to Omar Suleiman, who was in charge of the intelligence community? Is she right, in other words?
Well, the one that's best known is the one where the individual was taken to Canada. Canada then returned him. And there was much litigation about it, and there was litigation about his treatment when he was there.
But that was in Syria, wasn't it?
You're right, Wolf. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was to Syria.
There's so many places that the U.S. is sending people off the record to be tortured that Fran Townsend can't even keep them straight. She's getting mixed up. There's so many places we're sending people. So this is not as casual as this discussion on CNN implies. According to Jane Mayer's book, Omar Suleiman was the CIA's point man in Egypt for renditions. And renditions, this is the covert program where the CIA will take terror suspects, not people who have been charged, certainly not convicted. They will send them to a number of places around the world, and they will interrogate them, a lot of them in Egypt, under the watchful eye, or maybe not watchful, maybe under the turned back, the deliberate turned back of Omar Suleiman, and torture them, interrogate them under brutal circumstances. This is laid out in even greater detail in Stephen Gray's book, Ghost Plane. Starting in the 1990s, Omar Suleiman, the vice president of Egypt, negotiated directly with CIA officials. He green-lighted, according to this book, every single rendition that took place. And I'm reminded of Bob Bayer's maxim: if you want a serious interrogation, you send a prisoner to Jordan. If you want them to be tortured, you send them to Syria. If you want someone to disappear, never to see them again, you send them to Egypt. A number of people finally starting to talk about Omar Suleiman and the circumstances and the rendition programs, and I think it's absolutely key. No matter what it is to happen in Egypt, any opportunity to reveal that things like this are going on under the eye of people currently in power, to me, is a good thing.
Well, if the U.S. government is in bed with the Egyptian government, what does that mean for the Egyptian people?
I can't imagine that it's a great thing. It just strikes me that it's not. Maybe it'll have no or little effect, but I can't imagine that it's a positive.
It's been theorized that it's in the U.S.'s best interest to keep Mubarak in power because he's keeping the peace with Israel.
As the WikiLeaks cables revealed, there is much going on behind the scenes involving Israel, and what many Arab countries are saying on the record actually conflicts with their real position on what they want Israel doing. So all of those are possibilities, and there is the public and the private for what's going on there. Let's take a break. We'll come back. New article about why female politicians are more effective. I'll tell you why it proves the entire system is corrupt. Stay with us, davidpakman.com.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.